when you go to the master and ask for a question, firstly you have to be able to listen and take what the master is telling you. And really be ready for that, to hear what you don't want to hear. Because you see, very often people in the mind, they have already a certain answer. And when they go to the master, they said, okay, Guruji, I want to have this project and I want to do this and that, you know. And of course, they want to hear what they have in their mind. And if the master says what they want to hear, then it will be perfect, you know, and then they will listen because it is what they want to hear. But if the master says opposite to what they want to hear, and of course the view from the master point of view and from their point of view is two different angles itself, you know. So where one is standing, one will view a certain reality to things, you know. So that's why when somebody go and ask something to the master, of course from the standpoint of the guru, the guru will tell to do certain things. That doesn't mean that the person will take it and act upon that straight away. You know, it can mean that after some years that will happen. But always the word of the master will happen. Whether it is in this life or not, what the master have said, that will be. You know, it is not, of course, everybody is free to do whatever they want, you know, because I have seen that so many times. You know, people come and ask, and of course in their mind they are full of their own doubt, they are full with their own story which they have cooked into their brain, you know, and they expect that the master is also doing the same thing into the mind of the master. You know, the guru's mind is the same, and of course they come with their expectation, so they are not ready to listen. So that's why, you see, very often today itself I was talking about that to somebody. Very often it's of no use really telling the person directly something. You know, that's why it's better to tell somebody indirectly. Whether they understand it or they don't understand it, it's up to them finally. Because you see, when one is come full already, they will not listen. They just pretend to listen and pretend to say, yes, you know, I'm respecting you, or I want your advice upon that, you know. But in reality they will just do whatever they want. That's why very often when people come, you know, of course I give the blessing for whatever their life must be, you know. But they forget often why they are on the spiritual path. They forget often why they have chosen a path to follow, you know. So then of course the normality of things catch up, and then they go back to their petty self again. So whose fault will it be? And of course afterwards you can say, yes, it's the fault of the guru, because my life have not been like what it must, I was imagining my great spiritual life to be. Now, so it is, have you really followed what the master said? No, you have not followed. Because when the master was telling you to live a certain kind of life, but you choose to live a different kind of life, you know, because of your attachment to this world, you know. Like in the Bhagavad, Canto 11, chapter 7, verse 52, where it is said that the mind, you know, of those which is deluded, you know, they create affection, they create attachment to people and things. For that, for sure, they will suffer great loss. Maybe they don't see it right straight away, but later on they will. You know, just like the foolish pigeon who doom itself, So like that, you will see the world itself is like that, when they go on spirituality, it's like a show-off, because they have an agenda when they enter the spiritual path. They go to fish, they go to try to get something, because also some people go to follow the guru because it is a trend, You see that very often in the, how to say, high society milieu, you see it's a trend to follow spiritual path because it's trendy, For them it's just a thing that they do. They don't have great respect for that path. They don't have great respect to the guru. They don't want to do anything like that because it's just like a normality for them. It is a thing that I take it from there and I put it there. In that verse of Bhagavad itself, you see, Bhagavan said that one should not develop deep affection and attachment to this material reality itself, because that material reality is finite. It will not give great joy to somebody. So in that verse, it takes a meaning of a bird, the pigeon, a foolish pigeon, who doom itself, because the story goes like this, that there was a pigeon who adventured into the world outside, and thinking it will have a great, wonderful life in itself. When it caught into Maya itself, then he got married and have children, and one day the parent went out flying, and then a hunter came and took the child, and the mother seeing that, the mother rushed quickly to save the child, and again the child was taken away. The mother also was killed. So seeing that, the male pigeon, crying, so pitiful, said, "Oh, you all went to heaven, leaving me here alone." Such is that kind of attachment that create into the world. When one get attached to Maya itself, then one can't really listen to what the Guru have advised. Then one be fooled by their own mindset itself. And that, like I said to you earlier, I have seen so many people like that, And I'm asking myself, are they really happy in the life that they have taken? Oh, I don't think they are really happy. Some you see, they walk like dogs behind their partner, because they renounce their world. They become like dogs behind the partner, listening to everything what the partner do. In case they don't listen, this is how much love you will see, will have. First you have this great thing of, oh, I love you, I love you, I love you. Just say one time no to that person. Just contradict one time your partner or your beloved, whatever. You will see where that love goes, directly out of the window. And that is what is the foolishness of people. When they have something into their mind, they are so attached to it, that they don't want to hear anything else. They will go to Guru, they will go to saints, they will go to sadhus, just for them to hear what they have into their mind is right. That's why they can't really, listen. So even if the saints have said something to them, they view it only in a limited view, because their view is only to the wall. When there is a wall in front of them, they can't see what is behind there. Whereas the saints have a different view of things. They view further than this wall. So you're looking at only 5 of your steps. The saint look at further, 15 years, what will be, and guide you according to that. But are you ready to listen to that? No, you are not ready, because the excitement of now, it is the most important for you. What will be later on, you don't view. How miserable you will become afterwards. Are you ready to hear that? No, you are not ready to hear that. So due to you not being ready, of course, the saints most of the time just tell you things indirectly, or will just agree to what you have to do, because you see, afterwards, even if it is that, you will have to go through certain things that will make you understand life by itself. This is how it is. Very often, you give advice to the people, but the people are not ready to listen. And this I have seen, like I said, many, many times, and I will see many times also.